that story is Delhi-centric. In fact, viewers, it's a story that compromises. I'm wrong. It might be centered here in Delhi, but it compromises or has the potential to compromise the nation's territorial integrity. Viewers, a college student of the Jamia University has been arrested by the NIA for alleged links to the Islamic State, the ISIS. As you know, the ISIS wants to establish a caliphate in India. Mohsin Ahmed collected money allegedly for the Hindu-phobic organization from sympathizers and wired it to Syria using cryptocurrency. That's the charge against him. It's a very serious charge. The NIA is investigating this case. But moments after he was arrested by the NIA, an AAP MLA called Amantullah Khan has said that Ahmed is the victim of the deeply Islamophobic tilt of anti-terror agencies or law enforcement agencies like the NIA, like the police, that want to defame, persecute and punish ordinary Muslims to serve the interests of the NDA, the BJP, some sort of saffron agenda. Viewers, this is being said by a very responsible individual, an MLA of a political party that aspires today to rule a very sensitive border state of Punjab. It is the incumbent government there. Now, viewers, what is the message that we are sending out here? This MLA is clearly playing to a gallery. Many people are today saying that he's spreading disaffection. One community looking at these pictures, convinced of the injustice, will become very upset. There'll be a backlash. There'll be greater radicalization. Who knows? Surely the MLA, who's a man familiar with the law, tasked with making law, should have respected the Lakshman Rekha of the law, which is, viewers, that you don't give a clean chit before the courts get the opportunity to assess the proof and deliver a verdict. You don't preempt a court. Let's open this up, viewers. We don't have much time to lose, and I want to ask a basic question today, and it's a question that will go out straight away to those in the opposition that are supporting or are supportive of this particular MLA, Amantullah Khan. And I want to go straight across to Touseef Ahmed and ask him a straight question. Mr. Touseef Ahmed, how can you immediately attribute bias to the NIA? How can you today immediately jump in and say that, oh, this person is part of a larger conspiracy to, in the words of Amantullah Khan, badnaam karo, pareshan karo Muslims? How can you say this?
Rahul, because that has been the trend.
Really?
See, if we are talking about NIA, they are a very capable agency and there are very capable officers, no doubt about that. I have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
But let us look at the data. 2019, NIA framed a similar charge against 4 Muslim youth that they are going to establish an Islamic State, and 1 year later they dropped those charges. Very recently on May 9th, Delhi court.
You said they dropped the charges. How does that make them biased?
5 people who
No,
were
you
arrested.
said drop the charges. How does that make them biased? Explain. If they dropped the charges, they didn't find anything against them, they dropped it.
I am coming to the point. You let me finish.
They are fair.
May 9th, the court said, while acquitting 5 people after 9 years, they were arrested 9 years ago. All of them Muslims, you know. And they were arrested when they were 22 years old. They were acquitted after 9 years. What did the court say? The court said that those cases were based on surmises and conjectures rather than any credible evidence.
That's okay.
So
that's okay. The NIA, hang on, the NIA went there. They tried to, no, that's, hang on.
No,
there are many, one second, sir.
Collateral damage.
No, one second. Touseef Ahmed, does that mean we should not arrest anybody?
In the name of investigation
there is
from
check
NIA.
and balance, and that check and balance works. But I want to, viewers, draw your attention to certain facts. Is the NIA biased? Are our agencies biased? 1 minute, Touseef Saab. You said let's look at data. Don't look at data in isolation. Let's look at the whole picture. The NIA is around for 13 years, viewers. And look at these figures that I'm putting out on our screen. This is a reply, part of a reply given to the Lok Sabha. Yes, 1 second, Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan is holding something up. I'll come to you in 30 seconds. Let me just bring our viewers into this by pointing out certain hard facts. You know, viewers, on India Upfront, the hard facts form the backbone of our show. Why? Because I want you to know the facts, so you will get closer to the truth. The NIA has been around for about 13 years. Total cases filed are about 400 plus, just a bit over 400. Challans issued were 349 cases. Arrests 2,494. Convicted 391. Conviction ratio 93.25%. That means of all the cases the NIA brings to court, 93% of them end in conviction. That's a big number. So on facts, statistics, yeah, there are exceptions, but do they define the norm? I'm sorry, sir, the facts don't bear this out, Touseef Ahmed. This is a scurrilous attempt at defaming the Indian state. And I want to bring in doctor. No, there's no conjecture, sir. These are facts. Go, please check the Lok Sabha.
Credible evidence. That is the.
No, this is not right.
Credible evidence.
No, Touseef Ahmed, this is not right. You have been today unmasked. You have been unmasked by. You have been unmasked by our show, India Upfront. I want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan. No, he's also pointing to certain facts.
Don't talk about inflation.
No. Come on. Now listen, Touseef Ahmed. Listen, Touseef Ahmed, if I were to talk about inflation, 1 minute, if I were to talk about inflation, you're not willing to accept those facts either.
Otherwise,
oh gosh,
will start ruling
oh gosh, oh
if
gosh,
you raise your voice against inflation,
against
prices,
Muslim
will start ruling.
Thunderous words today from Ahmed. Look at the way he's changed the goalpost. He started out with trying to prove that the NIA is biased. I confront him with facts. Then he changes it all to
facts?
inflation.
I've given you facts.
Okay, yeah, sir.
May 9th court judgment.
Please. One case, 2 cases. These happen.
No, there's a list of cases.
Okay, 1 second. Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in.
If you give me time, I'll give you all the...
Oh, yes, please, sir. Come on, I've given you the statistics. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
1 or 2 examples.
Rahul, I beg half the time that you've given to my good friend Touseef to be given to me, because I am going to talk only facts. This is a Times Now article. And the case that Touseef Bhai is talking about, indeed, 4 people were charged by NIA. But then the court sentenced 2 of them to 7 years in jail in ISIS-related case. 16 July 2022. What is he talking about? And why is he talking so selectively? There have been dozens of cases where people from Kerala have been charged for being either joining ISIS or supporting ISIS. I mean, is he saying that NIA is so biased that their conviction rate is as paltry as, for example, ET 0.5%? That is not the case. Number 2, this Amantullah Khan. Very briefly, Rahul, just 30 seconds, because I know you have other panelists as well.
No.
Kejriwal wanted Amantullah arrested. But then what happened? Amantullah joined AAP. And then the 2 of them started doubting Batla case encounter. And I want to ask Touseef, what were his views about Batla case? He was the one, I remember on your show, Rahul, that was casting aspersions and suspicions on Batla House. He was saying it was a fake encounter. I want him to repeat what his words were, that Batla House was a fake encounter. Touseef, say it. Say today that Batla House was fake encounter, as you said 2 years ago. Say it, Touseef.
Why are you embarrassing him? Poor fellow. Don't embarrass him. Let him go. Dr. Ranganathan, this is the point. When you bring facts... One second. No, hang on. I'm not going to allow you now. 1 minute, 30 seconds, please. I just want to go back to a few facts, viewers. More facts. You see, there was a time when the Samajwadi Party said withdraw cases against the Varanasi blast accused. Viewers, they moved to do so. But you know what? The court convicted all the terror suspects in the Varanasi blast. So had we gone by the SP, those people today would have been sitting free. Maybe would have joined ISIS and would have been waging war against us from across the border or across the 7 seas. Batla House.
So frightened.
Dr. Ranganathan brought up Batla House. Anti-terror op was dismissed as a fake encounter. There were the AAP chief minister who did so, several others. Sonia Gandhi cried buckets.
Right.
We were told. The AAP chief minister, the Delhi chief minister, AAP leader Mr. Kejriwal demanded an independent probe, judicial probe. But the court rejected the contention that this was a fake encounter and convicted the accused. That's what, viewers, the facts are. Khan, Amantullah Khan, accused the special cell of the Delhi police for witch hunting Muslims when they arrested Tahir Hussain, from whose rooftop all sorts of incendiary material was recovered. Prime accused in the 2020 Delhi riots case. This is a man today that is getting support. Nalin Kohli, the charge is that your agencies under you are being selective. They are Islamophobic. They want to punish and persecute Muslims. I would like you to respond to this direct accusation on the back of what we are seeing today.
Thank you, Rahul. 3 points. The first is the NIA is a first-class agency, and you've yourself given out the data of their extremely impressive conviction rate of over 90%. Second, that Islam is misused by a section of people is the argument used by our Muslim friends and colleagues. And they point out that that is the reason that you see organizations like the ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram and the works. There are terrorist attacks across the world. It's not as if they don't happen, and nobody is blind to it. And those who are genuinely concerned about it from among the Muslim community, they even condemn it in unequivocal terms and are not sympathizers in an indirect way for this kind of thinking. So that's the second part to it. 3, it is the collective duty of every human being, and then of course every citizen, and thereafter in our country every Muslim, to ensure that their own religions, because after all it is their religion which is being misused by a small fraction of people to justify killings or to do bomb blasts, etc., to do their duty to ensure such elements don't grow. Now the last argument. India is a secular country. From 47 we chose to be a constitutionally driven republic. In this country we are Indians first. But I see unfortunately a set of political people or those connected with political parties trying to play this Muslim victim card and trying to say that they are Muslims first rather than Indians first, which is a dangerous trend and not correct. If someone is involved in terrorism or supporting terrorism, we all have a collective duty, because the terrorist bomb does not see whether a Hindu is dying or a Muslim or a Christian or a Parsi or a Jew. It goes there to hurt or maim a citizen or a human being. The second is we all have a collective duty that the court cases must happen at the earliest. Now yes, there are cases where correctly, as even say Touseef picks up one example, in which half the truth is there, that somebody may have been wrongly charge sheeted. But then we must also remember that there are equal number of cases in which the charge sheet has led to a conviction. So let's not run down the agencies who are working day and night to protect you and me.
You see, viewers, if Sadhvi Pragya is given relief and the court passes a stricture, or let me actually point to not an if and a but case, but let me just point to what the Supreme Court said with regards to the Gujarat riot cases. The Prime Minister has been given an absolute clean chit. And you know what was said, viewers? That an attempt was made to frame him. Now when the courts say that, then the courts are wrong. Sibal says he loses hope in the courts, especially the Supreme Court. He cited this. But when the courts reprimand the agency concerned, the NIA, for releasing a group of Muslims, the courts become absolutely divine. Now, how does this work? How does this work, Professor Atiq Ur Rehman? How does this work, sir? Why bring religion into dispensation of law? Why? What are you trying to say?
Rahul, first thing first. As you said in your initial remarks, Rahul, that the Islamic State, ISIS, wants to set a Islamic caliphate in India. To the best of my knowledge, Rahul, the ISIS is dead throughout the world.
Alright, sir, please.
I do not understand why in India
stop. Now you will say that please. Now this, this is ridiculous. So now you're saying the whole case is based on a fiction against an imagined sort of terror group. Please, sir, spare us this. Come on, Professor Saab, you're an educated man. You're in charge of educating people. And you are spreading this sort of, this is disinformation. This is not even misinformation. This is disinformation. Now you're being told...
To the best of my knowledge...
Sir, your knowledge is clearly... No, sir. Don't add this clever... Concept. No. Best of your knowledge? No, sir. It can't be. Sorry. You're too intelligent a person.
You educate me, sir.
We must compliment Professor.
Come on. I don't need to educate you. The facts are there.
Against
Islamic State is taking onus for terror attacks, and we are being told the ISIS is running out of Kabul today. The ISIS is running out of Kabul, and I'm being told, viewers, today by this gentleman that the ISIS doesn't exist to the best of my knowledge. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to waste my time and your time, viewers, our time.
10 seconds.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Ranganathan, 10 seconds. Yes.
Yes, just to counter factually, Professor Rehman, you know the Gorakhnath attacker Mohammad Murtaza a few months ago, who was caught, who was about to commit a terrorist act against Gorakhnath temple. He was arrested. He was transferring equivalent of $1 million odd rupees to ISIS subsidiaries based in Europe. What are you saying that ISIS is dead? I'm sorry. Professor Rehman, much as you and I would like it to be dead, it's not.
This is a red herring deliberately thrown in there now to discredit the entire matter. This is what it is, viewers. This is the extent of denial. I leave it at this. If you're not even going to recognize that there is a terror organization that the United Nations has proscribed and is still in existence, works out of Afghanistan, has set up shop there, is fighting actually the Al-Qaeda, God alone knows where to start on this debate. I leave it at that. News are coming up with Navika Kumar. Sorry, Professor Giri, I couldn't come to you. Too much knowledge today on this show. I didn't want to risk being disinformed by you also. Let it go. Yes, thank you.